Do you know that to qualify the regulatory inspection with no observation, you need not to prepare for an audit? Do you know that? If you want to qualify any regulatory inspection with no observation, then you will have to be always ready to be inspected. You will have to act as if every day is audit. So for that, what one will have to do, that you have to ensure that in your organization each day everyone ensure that there should not be any non-compliance in the activities which he or she is performing. Then there is no need to prepare for an audit, and those days have gone when one used to prepare for an audit since long at the last moment when audit is going to come. Now one should ensure that if any time any auditor comes, then the company should always be in the compliance that the regulatory authorities are expecting. In the blue ocean of compliance tips, I discussed the CGMP topics which are going to help you keep the discussed CGMP on your fingertips, and you will be able to imbibe all the concepts which are discussed in this blue ocean of compliance tips in your behavior, and your thinking, your thought process is going to change drastically. This is the blue ocean of compliance world where regulatory inspections should be handled in such a way that you will going to qualify the regulatory inspection effortlessly. Your thought process will become such that you will act as every day is audit. I am Dr. Rupali, Paranjape, best-selling author of book Blue Ocean of Compliance, in which I have discussed very deep elements which are going to help you solve the problems of non-compliance. And in every week I record one message for you to qualify the regulatory inspection, for the preparation of the regulatory inspection in simple and effortless way. So do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel so that you will not miss any of my message, and we shall start on the journey of blue ocean of compliance. Also like my channel and share with your friends also, so that they will also be able to be benefited from this talk. Today in blue ocean of compliance tips, we are going to discuss return with respect to API manufacturing companies. So I would ask you one question, that how do you handle the returns, the material which is returned due to market complaint? So how do you handle that product, where you keep that product, and how you segregate that material and product in your warehouse? How do you help others to identify that this material should be treated differently? If you will think, you will say that whenever any return material comes, then we keep that material in quarantine area. Okay, so only keeping that return material in quarantine area is not sufficient. You will have to ensure that you should properly keep or paste one label with return message, right? Means you will have to make the label separately, where you will have to specify that it is return material, so that other will not treat it as normal quarantine product. This should be segregated from other quarantine materials, so that one can identify that this material is not only the quarantine material which is waiting for the results to come from the quality control department and it is going to be released, but one should know that this material is return material, and yes, it is kept for some specific reason and it is return material. Immediately when comes, so as per your company's procedure, you can paste the label on that material that it is returned, and you should always be think that what will be its next stage. Means now the material has returned, but now you will also have to update your label that what is to be done with that material, whether this material is going to be reprocessed, or this material is going to be returned to the manufacturer of that material. If you are not the manufacturing company and you are supplier or broker, in that case this is applicable, that how you will identify that material that it is going to be returned to the original manufacturer. So that condition will be applicable. And if you are the manufacturing company of API or that material, so you will have to label that whether it is going to be reprocessed again. So accordingly you will have to update the status on the label. This is one thing. With physical segregation, you should also update on your computer systems that this material management, that it is returned material, and on container obviously physical you will have to update the label. Another point, you will have to see that storage and shipping condition of the returned material. If the material is very stable, for example you have the stability data of accelerated condition for 6 months at 40 degrees Celsius, there is evidence that material is very stable, there is little concern about the quality. But if the material is not stable, then there should be the procedure of the disposition of the material. So if you take the decision that the material is not very stable, the quality of the material is such that it should not go back in the market, then you will have to ensure that there should be the procedure of the disposition of the material. In the procedure of disposition, you will have to ensure few topics like presence of the original seal, damage to the primary packing, and labeling of the material. So few things you will have to ensure. Now when you will reach at the level of the decision where you will have to take the decision regarding the disposition. So disposition decision can be of the use that you are going to reprocess that material, you are going to rework on that material, and or you want to recover that material, you taste it and you will release it. And otherwise what can be that the material is going to be rejected and this is going to be disposed or destructed, right? These were the compliance tips of today, that you will have to handle the return material properly with the proper procedure, and during all these procedure you make ensure that all the process should be properly handled and documentation and traceability should be there. And if you are the broker, then you will have to ensure that from which manufacturer you have purchased that material, that you will have to ensure that who are agent, who are brokers, who are traders and repackers or relabelers, those have to ensure, because they will not be able to reprocess or rework on that material, so they have to take the decision to return material back to the manufacturer of that returned material. These were today's blue ocean of compliance tips, and you have to ensure in your organization that return material should be handled properly. It should have the written procedure, means standard operating procedure should be there, and whether you will have to segregate that material from other quarantine material, you have to label it properly, you have to take the decisions based on the quality of the product, how the material has come from the transportation, where the storage condition of the material is in during that transportation, and there should not be any impact on the quality of the product, because we are serving the patients, and we have to ensure that the end user, means patient who is having our medicine, should be safe, secure, and that can be anyone from your family also and anyone in the world. So we have to make sure that the people who are consuming our medicinal products which we have manufactured should get justice, and they should get the good quality of the product. With this message, Dr. Rupali Paranjape signing out until we meet again in our blue ocean of compliance tips. And yes, do not forget to subscribe, like and share my YouTube channel so that you will always be ready to be inspected. Thank you.